evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show. Jeff Doan along with the other Mike tonight. Mike Vincent, pleased to have you with us tonight.
Jeff, thank you for joining me, or thank you for having me come back. I'm glad to be here again. I'm really excited tonight.
Always happy when we need to have that button pushed that you're ready, willing, and way more than able.
Always ready, willing, and able, especially for a Central and Western matchup. I love these.
Well, you know, with our conditions the way they are, Mike, there's a lot of people that would love to watch this, and they're going to either be watching it here or wish that they were here tonight, and that's sad because this is always a fun event.
I think they can catch a real good show on Bay County TV next week because this rivalry is for real. Unlike you, I'm not originally from around this area. We had our rival, like every school has rivals, but our rival felt manufactured. We listened to the teachers say these are our rivals, and we played along and said, okay. One of the first things I learned when I moved to Bay City is that this rivalry is real. The athletes that participate aren't just finding one new gear, they're finding 2 or 3 new gears. They're going nose to nose from whistle to whistle. We're going to have a fun one tonight.
Well, it starts off with Bay City Central. And when you talk about Bay City Central, I call her an aircraft carrier because she is an absolute beast in the middle, and that's Alexis Smith.
Alexis Smith, second team All-State this year, or last year, and as a junior, she is a legitimate first team All-State candidate. This will be the first time I see her this year.
When you watch her, inside out is going to be the game for Central. The ball goes into Alexis in the middle. If she gets doubled or tripled, it's her job to turn and find the open wing for the high percentage shot.
And as my friend Lee Thompson said in the Bay City Times today, when Central is cracking with Alexis Smith down low and she can kick it out, they're unstoppable for a while.
Yep, that's key for the supporting cast to hit the shots that they need to hit.
Okay.
On the other hand, for the Western Warriors, Brian Merritt, as he comes and he seems like he's been here forever. He's been in this program for about 10 years now, from the freshman level on up. And they had a tough game the other night against John Glenn, and they came up just a little bit short.
Lost 64-61 against a very good John Glenn team in Game 1. You give everybody a pass in Game 1, especially in these challenging times. I know Western is for real this year also. We have an equally matched rivalry tonight, and that's why I'm excited.
And then you got the old guy on the bench, Todd Thunberg. He is the 14-year veteran. He has got the seniority of all people in Bay County right now of coaches, and he just continues to be solid as a rock on the bench.
I couldn't believe it when I read that he's in here for 14 years already. As an older guy, it's starting to make me nervous, the young guys that they're starting to call old. But Thunberg does a great job with the girls.
Indeed. We got a great matchup coming. That concludes our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show. Back with all the game action in just a minute, right here on Bay County TV.
At Covenant Healthcare, we lead with the most advanced technology. We lead with the most experienced, comprehensive medical and surgical teams. We lead with partnerships to teach our future doctors, and with organizations who help us bring world-renowned care close to home. We lead because our patients are at the center of everything we do. Covenant Healthcare, extraordinary care for every generation.
Good evening and welcome back to our first of a double dip tonight. It is the Lady Wolves and the Lady Warriors. Jeff Doan along with Mike Vincent. And Mike, this should be a treat.
It really is. Again, I love these rivalries. And it's always interesting to see, to wonder why the kids find a second, a third, and even a fourth gear in these rivalry games. And for this area, I think it has to do with history, and I think it has to do with these athletes rising through the youth ranks, playing with one another, playing against each other. They know each other's games, and they are ready to go nose to nose from bell to bell.
The beauty is these kids have grown up knowing each other and competing against each other since they were very young. So this is a lot of fun, and it's for bragging rights when you hit the fast food having a little sandwich.
There isn't a get-to-know-you period in these games. They start swinging right away.
All right, a quick turnover, and I really think if there's one key to the game tonight, Mike, it's going to be the unforced turnovers. The team that has the least amount of them should have the best opportunity to win.
I'd say that's a safe assessment.
Moving the ball around as they come back up top. Trying to move that around as Weitzel will take the point. And patience offensively. And I'll tell you what, when you see the amount of effort and energy goes on, these kids are going to be trying to gasp for breath as the shot goes up in the corner from number 11. And it's off the mark from Reitzel.
Nice box out by Addie Richards there. First rebound of the game tonight. She's going to be important on the boards this year for the Wolves. Nice dish by Alexis. Addie puts it in for 2, and she's going for 3.
All right, as that basket is good. All right, now we're going to have you, nope, well, it's early in the season for the officials, too. They just had a little rotation foo-foo there, but they got it straightened out, and the shot is missed. The first deuce on the board belongs to the Lady Wolves. As another unforced turnover, and they're going to say that ball was tipped. And it's going to go back over to the Lady Warriors. That person coming off the out-of-bounds, Mike, the most important person for them to cover, and Reitzel gets the deuce. Inbounds the ball, comes back, a natural screen to the inbound, and a quick 15-footer for the first 2 for Western.
Wide open for the baseline jumper, and something tells me Weitzel is the shooter. She led the Warriors in points against John Glenn the other night, poured in 12 in a tough loss. Against a tough team.
Yeah, love to see early on 3 girls down on the floor trying to get some wood burns because that shows who wants it, and they want it.
Telltale sign of a Central Western showdown.
Again, the middle is packed. The Central's in that 2-3 zone, and they're trying to keep things tight and make Western beat them on the outside, and it's going to take that extra pass. Great job going inside. Superb interior defense that time by Alexis Smith.
I tell you, Jeff, I've been doing the PA announcing for Central since the 90s. Alexis Smith is the first one that made me even think of keeping track of a triple-double.
As now another loose ball on the floor and 3 people going after it. An exceptional job of dribbling before you stand so there's no turnover. At the other end, contact drawn. And to the free throw line for 2 go the Western Warriors.
Yep, Weitzel drives the lane and draws the foul.
Bring this down to your, there, bring it down and in. As the Warriors go to the free throw line, and the owner of the first 2 points of the game trying to add to that total. Bend to the knees, flick of the wrist, all Cotton on the first delivery. 3-2 Western.
And Weitzel's got a smooth stroke for Western. Again, that's clearly the shooter for the Warriors.
And the second shot duplicates the first. She's got all 4 for Western. It's 4-2 as Western shows a little full court pressure. And Todd Thunberg says, wasn't quite ready for that this early. We're going to take a little talk on it and show how we're going to beat that. We'll take a quick break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Vincent along with you. Jared Doan producing, directing, cameraman tonight. He's doing it all.
Flipping hot dogs at halftime.
As that ball goes out of bounds, and I believe they're going to say it was touched by Central last. And, you know, there's always a chess match, Mike, you have to watch coming out of a timeout. And I think Central may have thought that the chess match from Brian Merritt was going to be they're not going to go with that pressure. and they stayed in it as the shot was missed by number 22, and that's Humrickhouse. But they get the long rebound back with another opportunity. There's Alexis Smith doing what she does. Another partially tipped ball. And down on the floor, and we've got contact, and we're going to have a foul. As the fouls are starting to gather here, as that's the third foul between the two teams in the first 2.5 minutes.
Well, and I'll tell you, we were talking about this in the pregame about the girls being ready to go from second one of the game. These girls are going after it tonight.
What a move that time. Megan Lukowski is that player from Western you really have to watch. If she gets her stroke going, she's capable of 20 a night.
That's right. And a monster on the boards. You mentioned turnovers being a factor in this game, and I got to believe offensive rebounds are gonna pay dividends too. The team that can control the ball, get second and third chances, are going to put the points on the board.
You know, they're trying to go in front and behind Alexis Smith at the same time. As she goes strong to the hole, she has a great presence around the rim, turns, uses the high glass, and gets the deuce.
Beautiful down low play by the Bay City Central Wolves. 6-4 Warriors in a tight first quarter.
Strong to the hole again. Excellent, what we call verticality defensively. If you get your hands up and you are stationary, your hands are straight up in the air and there's contact, there's usually no foul. That's a legal guarding position, and it was played very well that time by Central.
I want to share a quick memory of Alexis Smith. The first time I saw her play her freshman year, she scored 33 points, had 30 rebounds, and 8 block shots. That's why I started keeping track of triple doubles.
As the shot went up from Weitzel, she could not get it to go. As hustling back defensively for Bay City Central was Roberts. The miss, and look at Alexis Smith there, ready to pick up the loose change off of the glass. And
Battles
she'll go to the free throw line
and draws the foul.
Yes, those are just stat patters. To the free throw line for the first of two. Got a nice stroke, but came up just a touch short. We've got subs coming in for Western, and obviously the shooter will be the sub if she makes the shot for Central. Alexis splits the pair, and now she'll go to the bench for a quick blow.
1 of 2 for Smith at the free throw line, total of 3 overall.
As Bree Myers picked up that foul for Western, as both teams with 2 team fouls now. Again, the adrenaline's still pumping on these girls early, so they're trying to get into a flow of things and trying to do that with masks, trying to do that with just a few days of contact. So as Lukowski had that ball tipped away, and it's a 3-point attempt by Weitzel, and she could not get it to go, and out of bounds. I think they're going to give that ball. Nope, they got a foul on the play. Tree Rozak, I believe, picked up that foul, which is the 3rd team foul for Western. Again, Western in that pressure. Nice pass over the top to at least beat that initial part of the press. Nice bounce pass as Central is into the front court. Unforced turnover, though. They got it into the front court, and they were going at a 9-speed, Mike, and they needed a 7-speed. They were just a little out of control.
That's a good point, and that's probably indicative of hitting the ground running about 2 weeks ago in this season. I think you're going to see some flares of real inspiration and some trip-ups here and there.
Yep. Yeah. And it certainly should be the same for both teams, so it isn't like one team has the advantage and has been playing a lot more basketball. So that's why I think you see a modest score here to start the game, because I think the kids are finally starting to catch their breath. Lukowski with a nice dribble penetration and put that thing back out wide. So with a nice little floater in the lane, teardrop from 8 for the deuce.
Inside the paint. Another factor that comes to mind, we've talked about turnovers, we've talked about offensive rebounds. The third factor coming to my mind right now is composure during adversity. I think that's going to be very important in the first 2 weeks of the season.
8-5, Western on top. Mike, we'll take a quick break after the Warrior timeout and be back in just a moment on Bay County TV. Inside, outside, or even in your home, there are lots of ways to enjoy amazing food from Bay City Bills. Our dining room is ready for you, and so is our new outdoor seating, both meeting current state guidelines. And we are ready for you with takeout too. Stop in to Bay City Bills at 1215 Michigan Avenue or find us on Facebook or at www.baycitybills.com to see our full menu. Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan along with Mike Vincent and Jared Doan having a great time here with the first of two tonight, Central and Western girls doubleheader. There's a great skip pass over the top, and into the front court goes the Bay City Central Wolves. Jenna Morse gets that ball over as Richard has the loose change, and another unforced turnover for Bay City Central.
4 in the first quarter, I believe.
And again, when you break that press, you got to look to attack, but it doesn't mean you have to force the action. Three ball may have been partially tipped as that came from Book Schwartz. And that is going to be a jump ball off the alternate possession, and it will go back over to the Western Warriors. Up 3 with 2:22, the Mod Squad left in the first quarter. As that long rebound comes back out. And another 18-footer off the mark. And we're going to have a Central foul, and that's going to go against
Michaela Roberts,
Myers.
number 14.
Yep, excuse me, Michaela, you're right on.
Michaela's a solid three-sport athlete at Central. Recently made all-conference as a volleyball player, all Valley.
Boy, another unforced turnover. Again, you're going to find with both of these teams, as we talked, there's stretches that it's going to be sloppy as they try and get into the rhythm. And a good defense with good verticality, and that ball back down at the other end. Central doing a great job of getting back defensively. Alexis Smith shows some speed to get down there and get. She's got multiple blocks.
How about 4 blocks in the first quarter already for Alexis Smith?
We still got $1:51 left.
Yep.
Trying to go down the floor, and they are going to get number 23 with the foul, and that is Rozak, and I believe that'll be her second.
That'll send number 11, Jenna Morris, to the line for 2.
Jenna Morris comes up short. You know, they've got Schwartz with the foul on the screen, so it may have been 2 people with the contact, and they may have got the reach in. So we're going to have to see if we can clarify that at the half. But 5 team fouls already for Western in the first quarter. Morse with a much better shot, gets the friendly roll of the iron, splits the pair at the line. It's 8-6 right now with $1:42 left in our first. I think you're going to find the success of passing early on in this game is going to be the bounce pass. I think that chest pass is what it's called in the day, is a little bit easier to get at, and now we're going to have a block, and I think they're going to call a wrap for Western. And they may have that on number 23, and that's Rozak. That will be her second foul. So with $1:32 left in the first, 8-6 our score. Western on top by a deuce over the Central Wolves. That ball taken away and a nice turnaround. And although that shot wasn't blocked, Mike, they knew that Alexis Smith was there, and it altered the shot, and there was a miss.
Sometimes presence and reputation will get you a few favors.
And she's earned both.
That's right.
And now you're going to have a situation where the rest of the first half, Central's going to be in the bonus.
17 fouls already for the Warriors. And that does come from aggressiveness. You got to believe Coach Merritt said we're going to have to be aggressive to beat this team tonight. And fouls tend to be the residue of aggressiveness, of course.
Into the front court. Extra pass for an 18-foot jump shot just off the mark. That ball tipped away. And we have not gotten an indication of which direction that ball is going. I guess Western's going to get it.
Western possession. That's number 3, Erica Slocum, coming in for Bay City Western.
Look at Alexis Smith, goes right up over the defender without contact and picks up the loose change.
Battles for her 3rd board of the first period.
Just a little anxious to try and get to the hole with that shot. It goes off the mark. One and done as the rebound comes down to the Western Warriors into the hands of Paige Hummerich as they roll around up top. Slocum. And we're going to have a travel. And again, it's another unforced turnover, giving the ball back to Bay City Central with 30.8 ticks left in the first half, down a deuce with possession. Western stays in that pressure. Great inbound pass to get the ball into the front court. The ball knocked out of bounds. And
I would say just like the score itself, both teams are just about dead even with turnovers.
As that ball comes in, Bay City Central gets it to Smith deep on the wing. Ball tipped out of bounds, and it'll go back over to Bay City Central. A lot of tipped balls, a lot of jump balls, so there really hasn't been great flow yet to this first quarter, but you know the effort is there from both teams.
Correct.
Alexis does a nice job, senses that double team and gets rid of the ball. And we're going to have a foul on the Western Warriors again. Central with a great explosive first step to the hole is going to earn a 1-and-1 at the line. That's Jenna Morse. Somebody down in front of us here is acutely interested in Jenna. That might be your dad.
Oh, yes, Judd Morris, yep.
He's a longtime booster and supporter of athletics.
An alumni at Bay City Central. Was a wrestler back in the day.
Second free throw attempt. Letting it fly. Can't get the friendly roll, but Alexis Smith with an opportunity to keep that ball alive, but Western gets it back up 1 with 8 seconds left. They're going to look to get one last shot up, and they better do that in a hurry. A long bomb goes up, and it's off the mark from number 22, Hummerich. At the end of the first quarter, Western 8, Central 7. Back in a moment for the second quarter on Bay County TV.
Hi, I'm Zoe, and today I'm here to change your outlook on becoming a referee. Sometimes being a referee can be hard work, but I'm here to tell you that the positives far outweigh the negatives. Just think of the impact you could have on the younger generation, the laughs you could share, and the lives you could change. There's an unofficiated game that needs you.
Good evening and welcome back. Ready to start that second quarter of basketball. Jeff Doan and Mike Vincent along with you. Pass on the inside, tried to get a skip pass. Alexis Smith with that big wingspan knocks it away. Quickly into the front court come the Bay City Central Wolves. As it's one and done and the rebound comes down. As we are looking forward to a tight game, and we have not been disappointed by that fact.
1 point discrepancy so far, just starting the second period here at Bay City Western Gymnasium.
There's a wide open three, feet set, just a little bit strong. And the Windex man or woman comes up, and that's Alexis Smith. She cleans the glass.
Yep. 5 boards, 4 block shots already, and we're just into the second quarter.
And more free throws for Jenna Morse.
I tell you, I think Coach Merritt has decided that he's going to play aggressive defense and try to keep Alexis Smith in check. And what that means is Central's going to get a lot of opportunities at the charity stripe. And to be successful tonight, they're going to have to hit them.
First of 2 is off the mark. Western not getting the body on Alexis Smith, and she makes him pay with a rebound and a putback. So that's a double padding of the stat, getting the rebound and the deuce. As they take the lead 9-8 in this ball game. Let's see if they can free up Lukowski in the corner for a jumper. She gets the ball on the wing. Skip pass inside. Boy, they look to go backside. There's Lukowski. They got her the ball just a split second late and couldn't get the shot off. Central with some very aggressive 2-3 defense.
Real nice job making the Warriors reset there.
Jenna Morse.
Smith with a sharp pass. Number 23, Jenna Chesla down low, draws the foul. And it's her turn at the stripe.
Todd Thunberg loves the foul. Brian Merritt wonders why there wasn't a travel. I believe there was a travel because the contact caused it.
I think good no call, as they say.
Chesla with the first of two, not finding the area. See what the next one does. Good bend of the knees. Flick of the wrist. All Cotton on the delivery. Split of the two. 2-point lead for Central. 10-8 with 6:25 left in our first half.
Central now 3 for 6 from the free throw line.
Again, one and done for Western is my favorite rebounded basketball, that backside rebound, and they get the outlet pass to keep Western from being able to get into that press.
That's right.
Ball tipped out of bounds.
Also, those one and done possessions don't help to get the mojo going on offense.
As another unforced error, anticipating Alexis Smith was going to be to a spot. She had already sealed off her defender, and errant pass out of bounds and another unforced turnover. So
Wolves up by 2 with 6:02 to go in this first half.
Western looking to hit double digits. There's Lukowski with that dribble penetration. Alexis Smith was not in great position defensively, and that's when you just let him go. You don't want to pick up a cheap foul.
Beautiful drive and score by number 33, Megan Lukowski. 4 points, 3 rebounds so far tonight.
Great idea with that pass to Alexis Smith. It's just a little bit strong. She had sealed off her defender, but the ball sailed a little too much, and another turnover for the Central Lady Wolves. Ball inside, and she just is part of that no-fly zone. You cannot head into there without knowing she's there. And, Mike, if she's not going to block the shot, she's at least going to alter it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Real presence down low.
She is a triple-double waiting to happen every time she steps on the floor. Right. As they move that ball around again, Central very active in that 2-3 defense, not really giving any great open looks. And that ball tipped out of bounds, and Alexis Smith might have got away with a tad bit of wrist on that, but great no call by the officials, and we continue to play. And we're going to have a timeout. I believe Central calls it. We'll take another break, tied at 10 with 5:15 left in the first half. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Village Towing and Auto Repair of Cauqualan and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs.
Inbound pass comes in. Western Warriors with a great entry pass, trying to move that ball around the horn, and Lukowski sends it deep in the corner. Great shot opportunity, but just off the iron again. Central again cleans the glass and brings that ball into the front court. Trying to move that ball around as Bay City Central is finding the Western defense a little stingy as well.
Absolutely. Great team defense on both sides. And man, what a basket by number 54, Alexis Smith. Battles for 2, as I say at the Central Gymnasium.
And the thing is, Lukowski on that play tried to front and tried to tip that ball away, but once the ball got to Alexis Smith, she just owns it as she fights for that loose change, and she kept the ball alive. Bay City Central with yet another, and we're going to have an official's timeout as we got to take care of the sneaker right now and tie the shoe. So Western, out of this inbounds, opts to get back into their defensive stance and forego the full court pressure.
You can sort of see Coach Merritt's game plan coming to life for the Warriors. They know Alexis Smith is going to get her stats. Right now, 7 points, 5 blocked shots, 5 rebounds. That stuff is going to happen, but essentially they're kind of keeping her in check, and they're going to try to make the other 4 beat them.
And again, that pass inbound to Central, they go right back to the girl that inbounded the ball. She got trapped by the midcourt line, the sideline, and 2 defenders. She was absolutely feeling like she was in the Bay County jail.
That's right.
Trying to go the other end, trying to send that thing up. The shot up and in from Paige Hemmerichhaus with a great deuce. That ball just hung on the front iron, but finally tickled the twine. And at the other end, Hemmerichhaus is going to have another E. Ooh, she was stuck between going straight up and on the side and went a little bit too strong with that fingertip roll. And one and done again as Central does a nice job of cleaning the glass. Backside pass anticipated that time by Weitzel. Wide open for a 3 ball. That shot misses the mark. Another great backside rebound again by number 12, Addie Richard. Trying to get rid of that ball. It comes back out and is stolen by the Western Warriors. A little 18-footer. That time by Bree Myers.
Nothing but net for Myers.
And we're going to have another timeout on the floor as it's 14-12. The home team back up by a deuce. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
In the fight against cancer, you are never alone. The Covenant Cancer Care Center pledges to stand by you every step of the way. And standing with us now is MD Anderson Cancer Network, a program of MD Anderson Cancer Center, one of America's leading cancer care providers. This extraordinary affiliation gives families unprecedented access to world-renowned cancer treatment plans close to home. Together, we can fight cancer, hand in hand.
Back here on Bay County TV, as it's 14-12 right now, and Alexis Smith gets tied up, and a jump ball off the alternate possession brings that ball back over to Western.
Tell you, Jeff, there's a stat that's starting to emerge on my page here. Central is owning the boards, 15-3 right now over the Warriors, and yet the Warriors lead by 2, which tells me that the Central turnovers are catching up to them right now.
And we're going to have a travel before that nice baseline shot. A very courageous baseline shot with Addie Smith being in the neighborhood.
That's right.
And the turnover, she just shuffled the Tootsies before she let that orange fly. And a hustle foul by the Western Warriors will put the Lady Wolves back at the free throw line.
And it's number 12, Addie Richards' turn at the line for the Wolves. Richards is a senior at Central and a 3-year varsity starter for the Wolves. Solid player down low.
See if she can get a couple as the first one comes up a little bit short. Second free throw attempt forthcoming. And that shot also comes up short, but look who gets the rebound. And a pass over Addie Smith that everybody thought, oh, that's an errant pass. It went right over Addison's head.
Terrific
but a great
dish to
backdoor deuce.
Number 14, Michaela Roberts.
As they try and roll that ball around. Nice skip pass. Central defense very quick in their response. And they've been very, very active with that defense. 3 ball, though. Tickle of the twine on the three-pointer. Grace Weitzel.
Weitzel now into double figures for the Warriors. 10 points already.
Erica Slocum with that foul. And if you're going to play that defense and use the sideline as the extra defender, you have to get to the spot. If you can't get to the spot, you got to back off because you're going to pick up that foul. And 40 feet from the basket is not where you want to pick up fouls.
That's right.
Boy, another missed opportunity at the line for Bay City Central. They have not done themselves any favors thus far in the first half at the free throw line.
A little bit below 50% now. Coach Thunberg has got to be putting that on his clipboard for next practice.
And the second one is good. As Robert says, just watch. I'll split the pair and we'll get things rolling in the other direction. And there's going to be contact from Bay City Central that time. Looks like Madison Byers going to pick up the foul. Still
Warriors
not
now
in the
with
bonus.
10 team fouls already in this first half. Central in the double bonus. Central with only 4 team fouls. 3 to burn before getting into the bonus.
And again, great pass down on the baseline. But as soon as Alexis Smith came in the neighborhood, they converted. And she's now going to try and take that ball strong to the hole, picks up the foul, and she's going to earn 2 at the free throw line with another opportunity to bring the Wolves even. First of 2 from Alexis Smith. First one rattles in and out, and Whitbroth's going to have to come out. She just picked up her 3rd foul for Western.
Number 35, Kenzie Lewandowski coming in for the Warriors.
Second free throw is all Cotton. Split of the pair at the line, down by 1. Central back on defense as the Western offense comes up. Ball tipped away right now, a skip pass. Trying to go baseline. Great extra pass. Opportunity to use that glass that time by number 14. Bree Myers couldn't get it to drop. And just a little out of the control of the basket, Bay City Central. That turnover gives the ball back over to Western, up 1 with just 50 ticks left in the first half. Sliding that thing around. See, normally that entry pass goes right to Lukowski. And they can't get it in there to Lewandowski again, just because of the defensive presence of Smith.
Well, I tell you, so far in this first half, Jeff, I don't think you can call this a pretty game by any stretch of the imagination, but you can call this a scrappy game.
Scrappy, extremely competitive, indeed. Ball tipped away, but right back into the hands of Bay City Central. Alexis Smith gets that double team, does a nice job to get rid of the ball. Shot up and off the glass for the deuce. Madison Byer gives Central their first lead in a while.
Nice little kiss off the glass. Central up by 1.
Little teardrop by number 3. Slocum get the deuce with 5 seconds left. Can Central get another quality shot attempt? Off the mark, the rebound and the putback comes up a little short at the end of the first half. It's Western 19 and Bay City Central 18. Back in a moment, we'll recap the first half, set the stage for the second half right here on Bay County TV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Back at the half on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Vincent along with you. The game first half, pretty much what we expected it was going to be. A lot of energy, very, very hard fought, but the kids are still trying to get in game condition.
I think it's safe to say every team in the state is trying to find their groove right now. Right now, all they've got is guts, and we saw a lot of that in the first half. Central down by 1, 19-18 Warriors, and we got a fun half ahead of us, I think.
When you can practice but you can't have contact, that really makes it tough because that is what makes you the player you are. You can run up and down the floor all day long, but the contact and the adrenaline of the game situation are what makes them tick.
I think that's a great point, Jeff. In practice, you do need that contact to be able to find your game speed and your game groove. Without that, it's kind of like bumper cars in your first couple of games. So I think that's what we're going to see in the second half, too. Toughest team's going to win tonight.
We had unforced turnovers in the first half, which you expect because, again, they're less than a week into this contact practice, so that is something that both teams need to try and shore up at the half.
Absolutely. A team that makes the less mistakes is going to have the advantage. Another stat I saw jumping out at me in the first half was, again, Bay City Central owned the boards, 15 rebounds in that first half. Warriors had only 3. The difference, as Jared pointed out just a moment ago, Central at the free throw line's pretty rough. 5 for 15 right now, shooting 33%. Coach Thunberg's got to be talking about that as we're talking about that.
And also for Coach Merritt, how are they going to adjust at the halftime? I don't think it's in their best interest over the long haul to keep putting Central at the free throw line. They didn't make them in the first half, but that certainly doesn't make the second half the same.
You mentioned that phrase chess match a little bit earlier, and that's what Coach Merritt has got to be thinking about right now. Do we stick with this game plan? It seems to be working, but it's very tight right now. Do we loosen up the defense and make Central beat us with their shots, or do we make them beat us at the free throw line? I'd say that's a coin flip from where I'm sitting.
That's the beauty of this game. The answers will come forward here in the next 16 minutes of basketball. Stay tuned. It's going to be a fun second half as Western is up by a point over Central. Back for all the second half action in just a moment on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Vincent along with you. Jared Doan producing, directing, cameraman tonight. He's doing it all. He didn't make us hot dogs at the half, but maybe we'll get one in between the games.
Kind of slacking this year so far, isn't he?
He's settled into his new role, I guess. Western with the first offensive possession of the second half, and an unforced turnover starts the activity. I'm going to talk about the opening possession of the second half when I get a minute, because there's another rule change that just happened this week with the start of play in the second half.
Okay.
Shot goes up. Alexis Smith with another rebound. Second rebound and a putback, just making the stats explode on your sheet. You had so many stats on Central in the first half, you had to get a new pen at the half.
That's right.
Now Alexis Smith uses the steal, a spin move, and just out of control as the ball flips off her fingertips and goes out of bounds.
Smith now into double figures, has 10 points, has 8 blocked shots and 8 rebounds. One of the things she taught me as a PA announcer over at Central is to make my stat sheet bigger, because as you said, it does become a mess by the fourth quarter.
She does. There's a lot of scratches on there.
That's right.
Is a beautiful baseline shot, heads up.
That's number 12, Sarah Plumbach, with a nice little baseline shot for Western. Western's up by 1 again.
As again, the double team comes and the ball tipped away, and we'll go back. Quickly, the visiting team gets the ball automatically to start the game. But no matter what direction the arrow is facing at halftime, the home team gets the ball to start the second half.
Is that right?
In lieu of that happening, because there's no jump ball right now, because there's limited contact for the officials hanging on to the ball.
Correct. I just caught on to about 1/2 of that rule as the season opened at Central the other night. I didn't know that part of it. Thank you.
Yep, and that's, like I said, that's just become a point of emphasis on Tuesday of this week. So apparently they did something, and we're going to have Alexis Smith picking up one. And I'm going to tell you, if you have to pick up a foul, Mike, when you're crashing the boards hard, that's what you call a forgivable foul.
Absolutely.
That's an effort one. So Western up by 1 with 6.5 left in the third. As they swing down on the baseline again. Skip pass. Boy, that skip pass, if that goes to the backside, they're wide open underneath. Again, shot altered just by the mere presence of Alexis Smith.
That's right.
Looking back door, boy, she's going to take it strong to the hole. Can't get the finish, but like the way that she took charge going down the paint. And at the other end, Lukowski trying to go strong to the hole. That skip pass goes back over. Shot may have been tipped. And on the line, the ball goes back over to Bay City Central.
I'll tell you, I'm seeing some real playmaking stuff from Bay City Western. The offense looks good. They just aren't quite putting it in the hole right now. Lots of sharp passing. You can see the playmaking coming to life. But again, beginning of the season, maybe just a little off sync. Nice little down low.
Love the skip pass to the backside for the easy deuce for the Wolves.
Addie Richards now with 4 points for Central.
There's what they needed. They got a skip pass of their own, and that one goes in for the trifecta. Grace Weitzel tickling the twine on the try.
As I said earlier about Weitzel, real nice, sharp-looking stroke. You can tell she's been to a few basketball camps in her day. She knows how to put it in.
Lukowski riding with that hand on the hip, picks up the foul. She was beat by a half a step and could not regain that position. Tried a little nudge on the hip, and that was picked up by the officials. Look at Alexis Smith. Gets that ball and just powers it up to off the glass and in the hole for 2. No substitute for brute strength.
I was going to say there might be one person in this whole gym that can make that shot happen, and that was Alexis Smith.
Well, I thought we were going to say that you did that in your day pretty well.
No, I wouldn't say that. I was a wrestler, so I would have liked it back in the day, but I wouldn't have came close to being able to do it.
Basketball was the fun sport. Lukowski trying to take it strong to the hole right at Alexis Smith, who picks up another block shot. Alexis dribble penetrates, sends it off on the wing. That was a great offensive opportunity and a great look for Central. Unfortunately, they could not get the finish. Locked up at 24 here as we approach the halfway point of the third quarter. Sharp. Great job going strong to the hole with the finish. Paige Humrickhouse.
Humrickhouse. Nice little give and go to Humrickhouse. Western back up by 2.
A great answer at the other end. Unable to finish, though, as that shot went up from Addie Richards. And Richard just could not finish. There's a foul on the play.
But I can't tell you how often I see that, Jeff. When you miss a nice little 2-footer like that, it seems like half the time that person immediately gets a foul. You can see the frustration coming into play.
Like the fact that some players are just given the tip of the hand to coach and say, hey, I need a quick blow right now. I need to get my mask off on the sidelines, get some fresh air. The 2 subs for Central probably not going to sit out long, but very nicely done and should pay dividends late. 3 pieces of iron, can't get it to finish. Ball off the hands of Western trying to obtain the offensive rebound. Out of bounds back over to Central, down a deuce. Central with half-court pressure defensively from Western. And a long 3 ball that goes off the front iron. Look at the long rebound. Skip pass out. Spin to the hole. Great defense that time by Central's Roberts. Got that verticality. Arms straight up in the air. Great no call from the officials. Underneath, another forced pass. And another one passed back the other way. 3 ball just off the mark. Backside rebound. Put back for the deuce. Bay City Central doing a great job of getting the backside rebound. Tied at 26. Western takes a timeout. 3:12 left in a tied up ball game here in the third quarter. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Ow, ow, ouch. My hip, my knee, my joints feel out of whack. Ow, ow, oh my. The pain, I can't take it anymore.
back here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Vincent along with you, Jared Doan, running the camera tonight as the three of us are having a great time here in a game that we knew Mike could be tight, and it has not disappointed.
It sure has. 3:12 to go, tied at 26, 3:12 in the third quarter to go, I should say.
And we're going to have a jump ball off the alternate possession. And Addison Smith comes back in after a real short blow on the sidelines. Maybe about a minute plus that timeout, but that's just enough a lot of times. You get that mask off for a minute, get some fresh air. Maybe you have a chance to see a couple trips down the floor, what they're trying to do. It might slow the game down for her as she comes back in.
I want to mention Richards is a real gamer for Central. She's going to get every second that she can get in, knowing that she can contribute to the team. Responsible thing on her part, telling Thunberg that she needs a breather so she can be at her best for the home stretch of this tough matchup.
And we're going to have a foul down on the floor, and that is going to go against Grace Weitzel. And we're going to have a push foul. Still only 2 team fouls for each team, so teams, I think, are starting to get into a little better flow, and we're not seeing a lot of the ticky-tack fouls that we saw in the first half. Ball into the corner, and we're going to have a travel. Nice call by our lead official.
Tell you what I've seen emerge in this third quarter is Western is dialing it down with the fouls a little bit and becoming more of a presence on the board. So that's a nice thing to see for the Warriors coming into the home stretch of this game.
Michaela Roberts picks up the foul, and again, tried to regain that defensive position, but was a half step late. She knew where she wanted to be, just couldn't get there, and the contact causes the blocking foul. 3 ball goes up a little strong. 2 players with their hands on the ball. Guess which one comes away with the ball?
That'd be Alexis Smith, I believe.
Yes.
12 rebounds and counting.
All right, we're going to have a foul behind the play. So I think they're going to call a trip or attempted trip.
Huh.
And I did not see it, Mike. I was trying to follow the flow of the ball, and
I missed that one too, but generally that's not a call the referees miss there.
Not with 3 on the floor, because that trail official is going to be behind the last player, and he's not going to have anything behind him where that can be missed. Again, inside. We're going to have a foul on the play. And maybe I was not good in saying that both teams were not doing bad, because we've seen 3 fouls in the last 30 seconds. This one goes against the Western Warriors, and that goes against number 23, Rozak, picking up her 3rd. Ball into the backcourt. Central going to try and break some token pressure, and another travel. As Addie Richard knew what she wanted to do with the ball, but the defense's hand comes up, and that blocked her path.
That's right.
Shuffle the Tootsies and a turnover. I love Central in the 2-3 defense. I really think that suits their team very, very well, especially when you got somebody in the middle like Smith.
You can see Bay City Western always a good offensive team as far as play. Oh, terrific baseline jumper.
That is number Klambeck, as she got that skip pass, had her feet set and squared, let it fly, hit nothing but the bottom of the net. There's another turnover down at the other end of the floor, doing a nice job of thwarting the initial, but a backside rebound, trying to put it back. Another opportunity. Alexis Smith, a split second late, getting there, trying to swat the ball away. Little 5-0 run right now for Western here with 1 minute left in the third.
That was number 23, Bree Rozak. Battles for the board against number 54, Alexis Smith. Wins that battle. Scores a key bucket for the Warriors. Western up by 5 now.
Central with the opportunity underneath their own basket with 50.1 ticks left in the third.
And I know it's a little early yet, Jeff, but this strikes me as a key possession here for the Wolves.
And Central goes to who they need to go to. She can't get the basket, gets a rebound, puts it back up, fouled on the play. Now it's time, if Central's going to come back in this ball game from down 5, they've got to convert at the free throw line.
I got to believe so. It's got to start happening right now.
And the first shot is good. Alexis Smith with the first of 2. Second free throw shot opportunity coming, down by 4. That one gets a little bit strong. Fight for the rebound. Comes down to Lukowski. Skip pass in the corner. Central much better on their defense as they closed out very quickly on that extra pass. Another wide open 3 comes up a little bit strong. Fight for the backside rebound. Great job with the backside rebound, but the back of the heel was on the baseline, and the turnover gives the ball back over to Central.
I was trying to say earlier, we got caught up in the action. Bay City Western doing a nice job executing on offense tonight. Central is doing an excellent job with team defense and making them kick it out to the perimeter. Western starting to do a nice job hitting from the perimeter. That might be the key in the fourth quarter.
10 seconds left on a controlled break down the floor. The Western Warriors come. Shot is up and missed. Nice job of the rebound with 2.2 seconds left. A reach-in foul. And that looks like Lukowski might pick that up.
Number 14, Michaela Roberts, fought for that rebound.
And as a coach, I'm looking at the 3 words, time, score, situation. You do not want to pick up a foul with 2.2 seconds left in the quarter, 90 feet away from the other basket. So that'll be a coaching moment as they move forward looking at it. But at the end of the third quarter, Western 31, Central 27. Back in a moment for the Final 8 on Bay County TV.
Inside, outside, or even in your home, there are lots of ways to enjoy amazing food from Bay City Bills. Our dining room is ready for you, and so is our new outdoor seating, both meeting current state guidelines. And we are ready for you with takeout too. Stop in to Bay City Bills at 1215 Michigan Avenue, or find us on Facebook or at www.baycitybills.com to see our full menu.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Vincent along with you, ready to go for the final 8 minutes, Mike. And the first 3 quarters have pretty much gone as planned. Tight, hard-fought game.
That's right. Got everything we expected from a Central Western rivalry.
Boy, look at Alexis Smith underneath. Seals that defender off with the hip, gets a great position pass in, and was able to finish. There she steps in front of the potential pass into the post and gets a steal to add to her other stats. As that ball was flipped around, Central trying to make it happen. A skip pass, a quick 12-footer. And the rebound and the putback. Michaela Roberts with a deuce. And that little 5-0 run by Central has got them back tied at 31.
31-31.
And Western trying to go down the baseline. Had a nice play run. They just ran out of real estate, and the Tootsie got on the end line.
Central ready to go in this fourth quarter. About 14 seconds ago, they were down by 5. Now we got a 31-31 game. Anybody's ball game.
Boy, here's the 3-on-1 at the other end. That's got to end in a layup, and it does. Great pass to the backside for the easy deuce that time. And that goes up from Schwartz.
Real key bucket
freshman
by the Warriors. Who's that?
Schwartz is just a freshman. And at the other end, getting the rebound and the putback.
Number 12, Addie Richards answers back for the Wolves. And look at that, all threes on the board.
And again, anticipating a passing lane. Central gets there, doesn't even need to touch the ball. It's out of their reach, but the ball is sailing out of bounds. And back over to Central, all knotted up at 33. Toe on the line, it'll only be a deuce. Shot goes off the mark. And the turnover gives the ball back over to Western. Coach Thunberg's praising him. He's going, great shot. Just didn't drop. Keep shooting.
In our pregame, Jeff, we were talking about this rivalry and how the kids go whistle to whistle every single moment. There's none of this getting to know you at the beginning of the game. The last 6 minutes of the game, this is going to come down to who wants it the most. We got equal talent. We got desire all over the court. Who's going to fight right to the end? 33-33. What a game.
The other thing is, Mike, if this game goes to overtime, there's another new twist that just started this week for the overtime. So if we get to that point, we'll tell you what's going on with the rule change for overtime. Free throw extension. Nice shot. Nice soft touch that time.
Stop and
the shot
pop,
by
number
Bree
14,
Myers.
Bree Myers.
Central breaking the pressure. Myers gets the ball back. We're going to have a reach-in foul on probably Michaela Roberts as another Central trying to force that ball down the floor. You have 10 seconds, and that's an eternity to get that ball into the front court.
Ball control and possessions and turnovers are going to be key in this last 5:41. Both teams looking for their first win, and both teams want it bad.
There's another rejection as Lukowski comes and Skip passes back outside. Western going to reset the show right now. As they dribble penetrate, they got Lukowski in the corner, goes up a little bit strong. Shot up, and again, it is altered by Smith, even though she didn't hit it. And now the double team for Western comes back and steals the ball. Here comes Lukowski back down the floor with a skip pass, an extra pass to the corner. Great shot opportunity, comes up a little bit short. Western one and done, though, on the offensive end as Central cleans the glass. And again, another reach and tips the ball away. 1-on-3, nothing there, but going to go strong to the hole. Splits the defenders with a kiss off the glass for the deuce.
Humrick House really a presence in this fourth quarter now. Warriors up by 4. 4:42 to go in this Central Western season opener.
And I'll tell you, in the last 30 seconds, Mike, that's 2 assists from Jen Thunberg of loose balls going out of bounds. She still shows that she's got great hands.
She was quite an athlete back in the day for Bay City Central. 3-sport athlete. Volleyball was her specialty.
Yep, now that she's the athletic director. Again, another great skip pass. Central down by 6 right now. Central cannot afford to go another possession without getting points on the board. They cannot dig themselves a hole late in this game.
This is going to be key right here. Down low to Smith. Nice D by the Warriors.
And a
good
steal
scrappy
by
play by Roberts.
Yep. At the other end, it's going to be 1-on-2. Lukowski, she wants to take it strong to the hole. Splits the defenders again. Todd Thunberg needs a timeout. He gets one right on cue from Bay County TV. We'll take a break and be back in a moment. Western by 8 with 3:56 left in the game.
So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Coquitlam, or give us a call at 989-684-9607.
Back on Bay County TV, as this might be the most important possession for Bay City Central tonight, Mike. And the thing I want to see is, what did Todd Thunberg draw up? I want to see it executed. Obviously, they tried to get the ball into Alexis Smith, and Western did the triple triangle around her. Ball tipped out of bounds, and it goes to Western.
I got to believe the Warriors anticipated that. Coach Merritt told the Warriors, you know who it's going to, and you know what we worked on all week long.
Baseline pass, pulls Alexis Smith out, extra pass back to the middle to an open vacated area, and a deuce for Western gives them a 10-point lead. That was very well executed by the Warriors.
That's 14 points now for shooter Grace Weitzel.
And as you saw very early on, Weitzel was going to be a factor in this ball game, as she was the first 2 baskets for Western, but she's got a smooth stroke and a great game.
That's right. And I think fairly safe to say Weitzel's going to be a presence all year long for the Warriors. Looks like a leader out there for Bay City Western. Western now out to a commanding 10-point lead. Just a few minutes ago, we were locked at 31.
And a three-point shot up by Weitzel. Just when I thought they were going to try and take a little air out of the ball, Coach Merritt says, don't ever try and second-guess or outguess me. We're burping up a wide-open three, and we're counting it.
Something tells me that he and Weitzel both sense that Weitzel's in that zone, they say it in basketball. It looks like she's found it in this fourth quarter.
Well, and you got to know as a player that your coach has confidence in allowing you to take that shot, and that makes it a more confident shot going up from Weitzel, as she is more than capable. As they cruise up and reset the show, Western really stifling on the defensive end. And the ball out of bounds. It will stay with Bay City Central, but Western really looks like they have brought the defense up a notch.
They sure did. And just the right time, too. If you're just joining this broadcast, it's 46-33 Bay City Western. And just a few minutes ago, we were locked at 33-33. Western has just exploded to take control of this game.
With a 13-0 run.
Little over 2 minutes to go tonight. Want to invite everyone to stick around for the second half of tonight's doubleheader as the boys Wolves take on the hosting Warriors.
There's a much-needed triple by Jenna Chesla. Very quick timeout from Todd Thunberg with 2:01 left in the ball game. Still 10-point lead for the Western Warriors. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Care. We see this every day. As the region's leader, Covenant has the best emergency and trauma team for adults and children. Because on an ordinary day, you just may need the extraordinary.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Vinson along with you. Jared Doan with the filming, producing, and directing tonight. And able to run the baseline after a made basket even from a timeout. Is a great job of breaking the pressure. And again, what do they say? Layup or nothing, and there's loose change on the floor, and who's going to have the foul?
Really sharp execution breaking that press for Bay City Western Warrior. Very impressive considering the first 2 weeks of practice. Had to have been meaningful practice this last 2 weeks.
But again, having a layup and not being able to finish. But again, it's layup or nothing, I think, at this point. Here's a triple from Bay City Central. Tinkle in the twine. Maddie Byer. And don't look now, it's a 7-point game. As Weitzel says, we're going to back things out just a little bit and try and cool off this suddenly hot-handed Central offense.
My goodness.
And another turnover. As they go to put that ball in, Weitzel's going to have a foul on the play.
See, this might be where that rivalry pride comes in right now. I think the Central Spirit just kind of said, wait a second, we're down by 10 and this isn't right. Bang, bang. All of a sudden they're within 7.
This is where they've got to make it up, though. They were 5 of 15 in the first half. They need free throws. A little bit too strong. A rebound and a putback, though. Alexis Smith with a $1.19 left. It's a 5-point game. Trying to move that ball around the outside. Trying to run a little outside weave. Now going strong to the hole. The ball down on the floor. An errant bounce pass that was a perfectly set up if they could have executed it. And the ball out of bounds. It's going to go back over to Bay City Central.
How about that, Jeff?
Hold on to your seat cushions. 3 straight triples for Central. Got them back in a position.
And if you're just joining us at home, let's see. About 12 minutes ago, it was tied at 33. And about 5 minutes ago, Western was up by 13. And now with 58 seconds left, Central has just battled back to within 5. And Smith just might put him within 3. We got a wild one here.
Boy, I think if you look at Paige Humrickhouse's hand right now, it's got Rawlings written on it. But Alexis Smith does what she needs to do. She gets to the free throw line right now, and it's a little 9-0 run for Bay City Central to get back in this game, pending the second free throw. It's up a little strong. The long rebound comes down. And trying to make it happen, maybe forcing that shot a little bit. And the ball goes back over to Western, up 4 with 53 seconds left in the game. And I think Western's going to take a timeout. And we'll be back in a moment. Western by 4, and a great finish here from the Western Warrior Gymnasium.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Vincent along with Jared Doan, and just having a chat with the Golden Tablet here in the last stoppage of play. And Central with a foul to give, and they need to utilize that here in the last 50 seconds. Western does a great job, Mike, of breaking that pressure again, that full court pressure from Central. Patience, and again, no need to force that ball to the inside. Trying to get a layup, I understand the philosophy. Unless it's a sure thing, back it down. Now Central gets the rebound, is fouled on the play, and back to the free throw line. And whenever you have a chance, Mike, to score points with the clock stopped, that's the best way you can come back from a deficit.
Absolutely. 41 seconds to go. We have number 4. Check that. Sorry, that's number 24, Maddie Byer at the line. Puts the first one in. Obviously a very key free throw coming up. This will get Central within 2.
And that'll do it. Within 2. Trying to come back at the other end. A nice layup under control and a huge deuce for Western, but Central very quickly down the floor trying with the answer. Shot is up, the rebound, and the putback again. Statistics, triple-double continues after the basket. Central down by a deuce. They call timeout. Yep. And for the last 24.7 seconds, we're going to look at some stats and be back in a moment with the final 24 ticks on Bay County TV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day, which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care, from diagnosis to recovery, from babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program. Sign up for our free seminar.
Back on Bay County TV, here we go with the final 24.7. Ball gets to the open wing. Central with great pressure. There's the foul they have to give. No harm, no foul there, as the ball will go back out of bounds with 16 fouls. And we are going to have a Western ball inbounded now. Every foul ensuing, unless it's offensive, is going to result in free throws.
And I believe we're going to see a foul
into the
pretty
front
quick.
court.
We better see a foul.
Trying to move around, and they're going to put Central at the free throw line. Or Western, and I believe Western's best free throw shooter will be going to the free throw line, but it's a 1-on-1 situation. You don't get the second unless you make the first.
That's Weitzel at the free throw line. I think that's who Western wants at the free throw line, but of course, a free throw in the fourth quarter is much different than a free throw in the first quarter.
You know, that's when we talked off camera, Mike, about the importance of running those gut busters, then going to the free throw line as they're tired, their legs are sore, trying to get that bend of the knee and flick of the wrist for a basket. And again, well done by Western because they knew exactly who they wanted with their hands on the basketball. Second free throw attempt forthcoming. This one will make it a 2-possession game with 14.9. Bend to the knees, flick of the wrist, all cotton on the delivery.
Pours in 18 tonight for the Warriors. 10 seconds to go for the Wolves.
And that one's probably going to do it in the ball game as Lukowski's just going to go to the open spot and dribble it out with 1 second. That's all there is. There isn't any more. 50-46. Western with an exciting 4-point victory over Central. We're going to be back in just a moment with some stats and putting the wraps on this one on BCTV. back with the post-game show here on Bay County TV. Mike, we wanted a close, hard-fought contest, and we were not disappointed.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, Jeff, but I told you so. That's a Central Western rivalry. You saw it every single second of this game, and especially you saw it in that fourth quarter. You saw second gear, third gear, and fourth gear from both sides.
Central down 13 really looked like they were in serious trouble, and they come and run on a 13-0 run to get back to a tie score in this ball game. A+ with the heart category.
Absolutely. And I got to go full disclosure. When we were off camera and they were down by 13 with 5 minutes to go, I said to you, I don't think Central has the shooters to get back into this one. And within seconds back in play, they had the shooters to get back into this one. They made it fun right to the end.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, partner. I've been wrong so much over the years. Every time something like this happens, they tell me, no, don't ever think that way, because stuff happens that defies logic, and they lit it up. But if there's one thing that Central can say might have cost them the game, and it's free throw shooting.
Free throws in the first half especially. They were 5 for 15 in the first half. They finished 10 for 21 at free throws, which is just a little lower than I think they want to be right now. And that did, you can say that cost them. Want to send out a very special shout out, though, to, I think that's at Grace White. Yeah, Grace Weitzel for Bay City Western. Poured in 18, looked really smooth, and looked in mid-season form tonight. Very special shout out to number 54, Alexa Smith. She got her triple-double tonight. 16 points, 13 rebounds, 10 block shots in Game 2 of this season. We're going to see some good stuff this year.
There's a lot that both teams can learn and look at positives from this game moving forward.
Oh, absolutely. No shortage of positives. As we said, not pretty in the first half. We saw some execution in the second half. I think we really are going to see some good things from both sides. We got a rematch at Bay City Central about a month from now. Already looking forward to that one.
That about puts the wraps on the first game. We're going to switch gears. We'll be back in just a minute as the Western and Central boys are going to take it to the hardwood. We thank you for being with us. Back in a moment with all the activity. On behalf of the crew, Jeff Doan, Mike Vincent, and Jared Doan, we'll talk to you soon.